right, in this episode of Billing Bites, we are going to talk about medical savings accounts. And there is a number of kinds of these, but you'll see these abbreviated as like medical savings account is an MSA, health savings account HSA, health reimbursement account HRA, flex spend FSA. Okay, in a doctor's office, these things are all kind of the same thing to us. You don't have to know in order to work in a doctor's office what the difference is between these. Now, there are some big differences that have to do with taxes and rollover of the dollars and things like that. However, in a doctor's office, what this means is that the patient has this pot of money to set aside to pay for their medical bills. Most patients get a credit card tied to this pot of money. So when they come into the office and they have a $50 copay, they can pull out this credit card to pay us rather than having it come out of their real pocket. When a patient uses this, they often have to get receipts because they have to submit proof of what they spent the money on. So you're doing a lot of printout of receipts, but that's okay. Any patient who pays you is entitled to a receipt, so that shouldn't be a big deal. However, on the patient side, and you as an employee, your employer may offer one of these to you. So if you are being offered one of these as an employee, you should know the difference so that you know what you're getting into. Bottom line is they are taking money out of your paycheck, pre-tax dollars, and putting it into this pot of money. So this pot of money is your money. Like, it didn't come from some special magic place. It's your money that came out of your paycheck. But the key is that it came out pre-tax. So if I didn't contribute to my savings account, my health savings account, that $50 would get taxed, and I would get probably about like $38 in my paycheck for that $50. But if I contribute to a health savings account, the entire $50 goes into the health savings account pre-tax. So what that means is I'm getting that extra $12 that I probably would have paid in taxes to be able to use to pay for my medical bills. So it's a way of making your paycheck bigger because your tax liability goes down. Now, some of these are use it or lose it, meaning if you don't use all the money in your pot of money by the end of the year, it gets turned over to the federal government and it's gone. So if that's the kind of plan you have, you need to plan very carefully your medical bills so that you don't over contribute. The first year that I had the ability to contribute to one of these, my husband and I both wear contacts. These are reading glasses. And I thought, okay, contacts for me, contacts for him is this much money every year that we spent. Plus we had 4 children. So we decided the first year $600 was a good contribution, that we thought for sure we would use that much money in medical bills. Half of that was contacts. So we thought we were good. We used our $600 in like 3 months. It was gone. And we went, I guess we should have done a little bit higher. So the next year, we put in $1,200. That took us over half the year, but it still didn't take us all the way to the end of the year. So the year after that, our maximum that we could put in was $1,500. And so we put in the max after that, and we never regretted it. However, if I didn't use that, I absolutely would have regretted it because you don't want to lose it. Now, there are some of these HSAs that can be rolled over. This was slick, I'll tell you what. We had one year where I didn't use any of our money because ours rolled over. So I was really stingy on using the money. So that the next year, we were about halfway through the next year, and it was time for my son to get his braces on because I knew this was coming. And I just pulled out my HSA and handed the orthodontist like $5,000 at one time because I let it build up because I could put 2 years together. It was super handy. But not all of them roll over. So you have to know what you are getting into if this is your money. But as an employee at a doctor's office, I couldn't care less if it's rolled over or not. I will have patients say to me things like, they owe me money, let's say in December. Can I just wait to January to pay you for my health savings to reset? And I caution them that if your payment dollars do not match the bill dollars as far as what year, if your contribution year and your bill year are different, you may get nailed if you don't have a rollover. So I tell them to look into it because they may be setting themselves up for mistakes. I've had people submit their receipts to the insurance company and get denied, and they had to pay back their HSA because their receipts don't qualify based on the year. So it can be really, really tricky. So if you're ever in this, personally, know what you're in and how it works. For patients, they're really kind of in charge of their own. All I know is they hand me their card and they pay their bill with it and I get paid. And that's what makes me happy as a doctor's office.